Okay, so we're going to be testing the Ryzen 7 5700G with Radeon graphics. And people might be wondering, how does this do for gaming? So today I'm going to be testing it on Call of Duty Vanguard, go through high, low, medium settings. So I'm running 16 gigabytes of RAM, 3200 megahertz, and I do want to upgrade that to 3600 or 4400 just to see what the difference is, because an APU like this will do better with higher, faster RAM. And you'll see the VRAM is 512 megabytes. Don't worry too much about this. It's going to use as much as it needs to run the games that we're playing. So I have that set up, and I've changed this to 2 gigabytes and all that different stuff. Doesn't make any difference for FPS. So let's test it out and see how the 5700G does. Okay, so here we go. So we are on 1080p lowest settings. It's right around 50 FPS right now. Let's go see if we can find some people so we can get in a battle. Okay, so while I'm shooting and people are dying, we're getting around 45 FPS. I'm also recording an OBS in the background. That shouldn't make that big of a difference, but it does make about a 5 FPS difference from what I have seen trying all the different settings out on my own, but we'll keep going anyway. So 1080p lowest. Why can't I find anybody? .1080p medium settings, and let's see how this one goes. So right now we're getting about 35 FPS. You can already tell already this is not going to be the smoothest experience doing this. Still playable, but not ideal. I don't know if it's going to go any lower than that. It probably will go down a little bit more. So this is 1080p medium. So let's try, but just to see, let's do 1080p on high. So as you can see, now we're in the 20s for the FPS. Yeah, so we're getting around 28 FPS, 25 FPS on 1080p high. So I would not recommend this. It is pretty choppy. I mean, you can still get kills with it, but not the greatest experience.
Losing objective Baker. Baker is lost. Capturing Baker.
Okay, so this is 1600 by 900 on high settings.
Taking Baker. Baker locked down.
Okay, so we're testing out 1600 by 900.
Opponents and yourself. Capturing Able.
And the FSR is on performance. Wow.
Closing in Charlie. Charlie, locked down. Light bomber is set. Coming in.
Yeah, we're getting around at least above 40 FPS.
Enemy care package inbound. We're in the lead. Securing Able. We've taken all objectives. Hold those positions. They're taking Able.
$1,600 by 900 on lowest settings, and this is personally what I use to play on this. So to show you a little bit, so it gets around 55 FPS.
Charlie is out. Enemy's got forces incoming. Man, I can take that. Losing objective Able. Able is lost.
So this is getting around 59, 60 FPS, which is what we want. Now I do get about 5 FPS more. I'm not recording in OBS.
Charlie is lost. Capturing Able.
So 1600 by 900 on low settings. And yeah, we're seeing around that 50 FPS. Yeah, and it usually doesn't go below that. 68, 50. We'll put 720p on high settings.
Capturing Charlie. Friendly glide bomber incoming.
So even 720p on high settings, it's still getting less than 30 FPS. So this is this is not what you want.
They're taking Charlie.
720p on medium.
Hostile recon in the air. Fire
You know, you're kind of getting the same settings whether you're on. Well, no, that's not true. But on high and medium, it seems like you're still getting around that 35 to 45 FPS no matter which setting you're on. Maybe that's because the FSR is on performance, but I find the gameplay is definitely better using both.
We hold Able.
Yeah, even 1080p versus 1600 by 900. 1600 by 900 I find is actually better for some reason. Like this isn't even getting 60 FPS. Maybe if I look up. Okay. But
Hold Baker.
when you're running around, yeah, you're still getting 45. 50, okay, it jumped up there.
Overrun. The deuce. Enemy care package inbound. Charlie locked down.
Okay, so I'm gonna put it on my ideal settings, the one that I like the most. So this is gonna be 1600 by 900. Okay, so this is what I find is the best settings. 1600 by 900. Everything on lowest, FSR on performance, and I find this to be the smoothest gameplay. At least on Call of Duty Vanguard. But okay, I'll show you a little bit of gameplay with this one. So it is a bit smoother, as you can see. So this one, even playing, like, if you're like, wow, 53 FPS, 55 FPS, this is still fairly smooth, and it might even look a bit smoother from what I see versus what's recorded. But
Recon mission ready. Find a live bot. Ready for target. Bloodthirsty. Zones up for grabs. Strafing run. Ready for vector. Hit high now. Control zones up for grabs. Hostile recon in the air. Spies in the sky. The goose.
so as a quick summary, is the 5700G good for gaming? I would say it is decent for gaming. A dedicated graphics card is definitely a better experience, but you can still use this one, have fun with it, and not have to worry about going out and finding a graphics card and paying prices you don't want to pay or not being able to find it right now. Try this 5700G. You can always upgrade later, and yeah, it is a decent gaming experience for what it is. And yeah, and I did not try changing my field of view down. This is on 95, so that would definitely be a factor. Maybe I'll make a video about that as well, what the difference would be. But yeah, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know, and we'll see you in the next one.